Elderspire, a town weathered and worn, nestled high in the mountains, a place where time seemed to move slower, but winters arrived with a vengeance. The townsfolk, hardened by generations of icy blasts and unforgiving snowdrifts, knew the rhythms of nature. They understood the language of the mountain winds and the warnings carried on the crisp, cold air. Elderspire stood as a testament to resilience, a small cluster of houses and shops huddled together against the vast wilderness. The town was a living tapestry woven with tales of survival, resilience, and the ever-present shadow of the mountains themselves. Life in Elderspire was a constant dance with nature, a delicate balance between admiration and trepidation. The heart of Elderspire pulsed within the warm glow of its homes, each dwelling a sanctuary against the cold, held within its walls the laughter of families, the crackling of hearths, and the aroma of hearty meals. These were the sights and sounds that breathed life into Elderspire, even as the world outside turned harsh and unforgiving. Winter in Elderspire was not merely a season. It was an entity in itself. It arrived with a silent, creeping cold, gradually tightening its grip on the town. The air grew thin, and the daylight hours dwindled, as if the sun itself was hesitant to challenge the approaching frost. The elders, their faces etched with the memories of countless winters, would speak of an age-old legend. They whispered of the whispering frost, a storm of unimaginable fury that had once swept through Elderspire, leaving behind a trail of sorrow and loss. The wind, it whispers, they'd say, their voices low and hushed, whispers of the souls lost to the frost. It's a warning, a reminder of the cold's unforgiving embrace. Dr. Eliza Thornton, the town's only physician, listened to these tales with a mix of respect and scepticism. A woman of science and reason, she found solace in the tangible, in the irrefutable laws of nature. Having arrived in Elderspire only a year ago, Eliza, with her city upbringing and modern education, found it difficult to fully embrace the folklore that seemed to be deeply intertwined with the town's identity. "There's always a rational explanation," she'd often say, her voice firm yet gentle. She believed in the power of observation, in the meticulous study of symptoms and diagnoses. Despite her pragmatic nature, Eliza couldn't shake off a growing sense of unease as the winter of 1923 approached. The whispers of the whispering frost seemed to weave their way into her thoughts, their chill seeping into her bones. The storm arrived as predicted, a raging beast of wind and snow. It descended upon Elderspire with a fury unmatched in recent memory, blanketing the town in a thick white shroud. The wind howled like a banshee, its mournful cries echoing through the deserted streets. Visibility reduced to mere feet. The snow, no longer gentle flakes, became tiny, sharp needles that stung exposed flesh. The storm raged for hours, each minute an eternity, as if determined to bury Elderspire under its icy grip. Eliza, confined to her small clinic, could only listen to the storm's symphony of destruction. The wind rattled the windows, threatening to shatter the glass. Fear gnawed at the edges of her composure, a feeling she tried to suppress with logic and reason. It was during this tumultuous night, at the peak of the storm's fury, that Eliza heard it, a frantic pounding on her door. Eliza's heart pounded in her chest, each thump echoing the desperate knocks on her door. Braving the elements felt like stepping into the belly of the beast, but the insistent rapping spurred her into action. Opening the door a crack, she was greeted by a scene that sent a chill down her spine. Two children, huddled together, their faces pale and etched with fear, stood shivering on her doorstep. "Please, Mum," the girl stammered, her voice barely a whisper against the wind's roar. "Our parents, they're hurt. Our cabin, It's not safe." Eliza, her doctor's instincts overriding any fear, immediately ushered the children inside. They were no older than 8 or 9, their clothes soaked through, their bodies trembling uncontrollably. Section 6. The Journey to the Cabin. A Race Against the Storm. The children, a girl named Lily and her younger brother Thomas, spoke of a collapsed roof and their injured parents. Their cabin lay further up the mountain, a perilous journey in this weather. Despite the risks, Eliza knew she couldn't leave them stranded. Bundled in layers of wool and furs, they ventured out into the storm's fury. The wind tore at them, blinding them with snow, threatening to snatch them away. Each step was a battle against the elements, a testament to Eliza's unwavering resolve. Lily's small hand, icy cold in hers, served as a constant reminder of the urgency of their mission. The children's fear was palpable, their whispered prayers carried away by the howling wind. Almost there, Eliza gasped, her words snatched away by the wind. She could barely see a foot in front of her, the landscape a swirling white abyss. Section 7. Whispers of the Past. Unveiling the Truth. After what felt like an eternity, they reached the coordinates Lily had provided. But instead of a cabin, all they found was a desolate clearing. The wind howled around them, mocking their desperate search. Confusion turned to icy dread as Eliza noticed the children's appearances. Their forms seemed to flicker, their outlines blurring against the blinding snow. The realization hit her like a physical blow. "The whispering frost," she breathed, the legend now a chilling reality. These were not children of flesh and blood, but spirits, echoes of a tragedy lost to time. The wind seemed to whisper around them, and for a fleeting moment Eliza could almost hear their voices, faint and sorrowful, telling a tale of a storm, a collapsed cabin, and a desperate plea for help. Section 8. Honouring the Lost Souls, a Doctor's Vow. As quickly as they had appeared, the children began to fade. The swirling snow seemed to absorb their forms, their laughter echoing faintly in the wind, a haunting melody that sent shivers down her spine. Eliza stood there for a long time, the wind biting at her face, as the storm raged around her. The weight of their tragedy, the realization of their spectral existence, settled deep in her heart. "I won't forget you," she whispered, her voice firm despite the tears freezing on her cheeks. She made a silent vow to honour their memory, to ensure their story lived on. Section 9. The Legend Endures. Whispering Frost's Legacy. The next morning, as the storm subsided, Eliza returned to the village, forever changed by her encounter. The townspeople, amazed by her survival, listened with a mixture of awe and understanding as she recounted the tale of Lily and Thomas. Eliza, honouring her promise, erected a small memorial in the village square, a constant reminder of the children lost to the whispering frost. She became the keeper of their story, ensuring that each new generation learned of their fate. The legend of the whispering frost continued to echo through the generations, but now it was tinged with a sense of peace and remembrance. The lost children, once a source of fear, became a poignant reminder of the storm's power and the enduring strength of the human spirit. And so the town of Elderspire persevered, its story forever entwined with the whispers of the wind and the haunting yet heartwarming tale of the children lost and found in the heart of a storm.